the day of creativity, and I'm supposed to be doing my vision board, but Target didn't have my vision board idea. Feel free to steal it. I wanted to do a scrapbook and convert it into a vision board. And then as I go throughout the year of next year, I'm able to keep those things as memorabilia as far as the pictures or tickets or, whatever I can have as that moment. So I wasn't able to snag one, so I'm gonna go to Michael's probably this weekend and get one because who's doing photo albums anymore? Like I feel like that's really nostalgic, and it's one of those things that I love to like relook, to go back and look at, like from baby pictures and things like that. So that's something I want to do for next year. And speaking of next year, as I'm celebrating Kwanzaa, and I'm not celebrating it with all of the things like the candle holder. I have candles, but I'm not using the candle holder. I don't have a table, just moved. Don't have a table like a coffee table or even a big table. So the setup of like, setting the whole altar up for it, it's not existent, but I'm celebrating by talking about the principles, which is going to help me align myself for next year. And if you're just new to my channel, hey, I'm Positive Ashley. Um, I'm Positive Ashley, and I am a new mom, also a full spectrum labor, delivery, and postpartum doula, as well as prenatal, but those are my niches. And I'm 6 months postpartum, and so I've been just sharing my journey thus far, going live and talking about my journey and the things that have been milestones for me. And as I was reflecting on Nia, purpose, Nia means purpose in Kwanzaa, and as I was reflecting on purpose, I just started to think about what is my purpose going into next year. I feel like since I've gotten pregnant, my idea of what my purpose is has shifted. And when I say shifted, like I put my business down, I stopped working, I knew I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. And so since I've been postpartum, I've only been thinking about Bean. I haven't been thinking about my personal goals. Any goals that I've been thinking about, it has been correlated to my baby. And that's not bad, right? But it started making me think about today as I'm talking about creativity and the things I want to do next year. They're all involving my baby because, that's just how life changes, right? And so it started making me think and wonder, like, this is what they're talking about when they mention, let me help her turn over. This is what they're talking about when they're mentioning, when they're mentioning kind of being lost in being a mother, or like redefining self after you have a baby, because you start putting your heart, your soul, your spirit, your resources to a new little human. Let go, let go, let go, let go. To the point you you could lose yourself. And I don't necessarily feel lost, but when I started thinking about purpose and when I started thinking about purpose and what I want to fulfill next year, I couldn't think of anything just for me. And I guess, that's normal, right? That's common. I couldn't think about anything that I personally wanted to do, which kind of derailed me a little bit. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like I'm such a forward thinker that when I couldn't think about what I wanted to do as far as business, as far as what I wanted to do for my birthday, as far as what I wanted to do like in my quarter goals, And I'm just thinking about my baby's milestones and like what her birthday will look like and her first trip. Like, I mean, that is a part of me, but I could literally not think about myself. And so it made me just like, wow, I'm in that situation where at first, before being a mom, I always wondered, like, how do moms say they don't know who they are anymore? They're trying to figure out who they are with a baby or getting back to them. And it's making so much sense now, me being a mom and me trying to figure out my purpose. And I feel like God has gifted me many things of how to be a leader, how to be a coordinator, how to create events, how to bring people together, how to inspire them. I feel like now that I'm thinking about purpose, for some reason I'm trying to put all those things together in one box. But if it almost seems like, like, not that it's too much to obtain, but should I only be focused on one purpose at a time? And I feel like I'm living life on purpose. Like this, I feel like I've been so present since I've been a mom and not thinking so fast forward in the future. What, little baby? Oh, okay. Just toss everything. Just toss everything out. Yep. It's your box. Yep. Oh, you're trying to let this one out? Let me help you. Out. I feel like I've been living life on purpose and being so present that I haven't really tried to think too far ahead. Because, I am a stay-at-home mom. And so I'm in this mental space right now where I guess like I'm trying to redefine my purpose. Like maybe I'm in the season where my purpose is to focus on me and mine. Maybe my purpose is to share my journey with other people. Maybe my purpose right now is just to be a mom. And I think right now I'm trying to be okay with that. And we all know that the new year is really in springtime. The first day is spring. So I'm trying not to overwhelm myself with I'm trying not to overwhelm myself with I need to know my purpose right now. I need to know my purpose right now. Because I feel like over the years of being an entrepreneur, going through college, discovering myself, growing up, I feel like my purpose has shifted in different paradigms and transitioning and through reinventing myself, that the purpose has always shifted, which makes me a shapeshifter and a very good chameleon. And I feel like once somebody finds their purpose, the purpose shouldn't necessarily change, if you get where I'm coming from. So let's give, who can I think for an example? E.T., the hip hop pastor, the motivational speaker. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He's really dope. Someone I aspire, look up to, want to take one of his workshops. I've done the challenge of his before. Started one of his books and listened to his podcast often and motivational speaks often. But I'm not sure when he found his purpose, but when he realized he can use his life story to motivate people, which turned him into a motivational speaker, which helped him get his PhD, create these workshops to get people fueled up and deliver action to change their lives. Like, that's his purpose. And like, that's his thing, that's his niche. And so I give that example to say he's multidimensional. He's doing multiple things to make his purpose reach millions, from his motivational talks, from his mentorships, from his workshops, from his speaking engagements. But his purpose still remains the same. And I feel like because I wear so many different hats, my purpose isn't all the same. And I'm going to work with God a lot more to help me understand and identify my purpose. I do feel like you could be a multifaceted person and have different niches and wear different hats. But today's topic and today's conversation is, of course, live your life on purpose, but more directly for moms and parents, it's okay if your purpose right now is just your offspring. It's okay if your purpose right now is trying to get back to you, whatever that may look like, whether it's losing weight, whether it's getting the hang of mom life, whether it is coming into this image of motherhood, shifting back to work, going back out, whatever that may look like. It's okay if your purpose isn't defined, or you're redefining what your purpose is now that it's not just about you anymore. It's about this little human that you have, and you're integrating your life with this little human and your partner and your community around you. And 6 months kind of flew by, and I can't wait to see what the next 6 months are. I feel like I've had a lot of milestones this year, as far as like postpartum, but even prior to the year, I feel like my birth was a huge manifestation. I feel like so much manifested during my prenatal and postnatal experience. I'm super excited to see what next year brings. And the thing is, like, I don't really have a lot planned. Like, usually I'd be like, okay, I got a trip to here on March. I got a this, and that. And I do have some things that I've thought about, but I haven't really pressed the play button or the action button on that. And so this year, 2024, is taught myself to give me grace. And now that I'm having a baby, I've enjoyed moving into this slow pace. And when I say slow pace, that's soft girl era. Like, I'm not gonna rush to get dressed. I'm not going to leave the house if I don't feel like leaving the house. If I feel very minimalistic, I'm going to do that. I'm not in a rush to post anything, to check anything. My notifications are off. I turn my phone off a lot more. So this year has taught me grace, and I hope that next year teaches me what my purpose is, and to live it out loud. I feel like I already know what my purpose is, which is to help people manifest their best life. I really feel like that's what I was called here to do, to be my own testimony, share that testimony, help people create new beautiful testimonies and new visions of themselves, by showing up. And I want to be able to word that better, because I feel like I'm in a season of redefining myself and packaging it in a way that makes me feel like this is what it is, this is what I do. Oh, somebody's upset at mommy. Are you upset at me? Here, she was looking for her ball. So I want to remind everybody that even if you don't know what your purpose is right now, even if you don't have specific goals, even if your goals are just small, attainable things that just require consistency, that sounded so weird, requires consistency, like eating better or working out. Start with those things first, and remember that springtime is when the new year officially starts. So don't beat yourself up. You still have time to create your vision board, you still have time to hibernate, you still have time to kind of buckle down and kind of get the gears in shift, wash your car. And I was trying to use car analogies. I don't know too much about cars, but get your tune up, get your maintenance before you step out in the springtime. So I will continue to show up here. I hope this message motivates somebody today. And if I don't see you until next week, Habari Gani and Happy New Year. Toodaloo.